Western top dogs, the Cleveland Cavaliers, have been humbled by the Golden State Warriors in Game 1 and 2 of the NBA Finals. Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and leader of the pack, Kevin Durant, have been absolutely in inspired form, making almost every bucket in the first 2 games. Durant, for his part, made 33 points and 13 rebounds during Game 2. He also made 8 dunks during the game, setting a personal record of dunks in one single game. And going into Game 3, the Warriors, who have been solid defensively, will, according to Steph Curry, need to show more discipline if they are to resist the firepower of the Cavaliers.
Expect them to play well, play with a lot of force, aggressiveness. There's obviously the change in venue will probably spark a lot of energy from them, and we have to play even better to try to get a win in Game 3 than we have in the first 2 games, knowing how much they can feed off the home crowd, how inspired LeBron and Kyrie are probably going to be, especially out the gate, try to set the tone. So it'll be fun. It'll be a fun atmosphere. We've been here before. We know what to expect from that standpoint, and just going to be a matter of how well we can pay attention to details on our game plan and the adjustments we're going to make. We can learn how thin the line is from success and failure, especially playing on the road. They usually home teams have a different spark about them, and they might make a few more shots. Those momentum swings, those 6-point, 8-point runs that you can go on can be a lot harder to deal with 19,000 people going crazy. So you got to just understand, what's at stake.
My leadership and try to use my inspiration to help the guys as well. So, we all have a job to do, and we want to all try to do it even better than we can at times. So, if I can give a little bit more, then I will. But I leave everything that I have out on the floor every night. So, I'm always satisfied with the way I play.
The 2017 NBA Finals hasn't exactly lived up to the hype, as Warriors dominated the Cavaliers, winning both contests by an average of 20 points. But with Game 3 on Cavaliers' home court, it's anyone's guess where this contest will swing. The question is, will LeBron and co respond to the previous defeats, or will it be game, set, and match for the Warriors?
Game 1 marked the first time in NBA history that 2 teams met in the finals for the 3rd consecutive year, and remained a close battle throughout the first half, but the Golden State Warriors ran away with it in the second to take a 1-0 lead in the series. Both teams may have been affected by the long layoff coming into the series as they struggle to score out of the gate, but J.R. Smith opened the scoring with a 3-pointer at the 10-minute, 26-seconds mark at the first quarter, after which Zaza Pachulia and Kevin Durant responded with consecutive buckets to jump in front. Kyrie Irving followed his own 3-pointer with a 1 seconds later to give the Cavs a 12-8 lead with 7 minutes 11 seconds remaining in the opening frame. That turned out to be the largest advantage of the entire night. The star of Game 1, Kevin Durant, felt he was able to bury his demons of the past finals to be able to help the Golden State Warriors to a good start in the series.
This is what every player wants to be is the highest level of basketball institute. But I also know that you cannot simulate, what they bring to the table, no matter how many days that you have to prepare. And you can't simulate, what they have. So, it's great to get the first game up underneath us. We made a lot of mistakes. They capitalized, and we get an opportunity to get a couple of days to see what they did, to see what we did wrong, and how we can be better in Game 2. I mean, you take one of the best teams that we had ever assembled last year, that we saw in the regular season and in the postseason, and then, in the offseason you had a high-powered offensive talent like that and a great basketball IQ like that, that's what stands out. I mean, it's no ifs, ands, or buts. I mean, it is what it is, and, we got to figure out how to, how to combat that, which is going to be a tough challenge for us, but, that's what stands out.
Kyrie Irving, in the meantime, made a rallying call as he says they do not have time to be disappointed because the series is still wide open. With this victory, the Warriors take a 1-0 lead into the finals and become the first team in NBA history to start the postseason with a 13-0 record. The Golden State Warriors scored 4 turnovers, were the fewest in the post-game history of the franchise, and tied the NBA record for the fewest turnovers in an NBA Finals. The Warriors will attempt to defend their home court once more when they host the Cavaliers in Game 2 of the Finals on Sunday. Aaron Akiri Jordan reporting for DBN Sports here in Lagos.
The stage is set as the two best teams from the East and Western Conference clash to determine who would be the season champion. Golden State Warriors face the Cleveland Cavaliers in a battle where all is at stake for either side. Perhaps the biggest threat for the Warriors is LeBron James, who has hit absurdly well on the playoffs with 32.5 average points, 8.0% rebounds, and 7.0 assists per game. But the Warriors have Draymond Green.
Comes up short. Here's Irving in the open court, going right at Draymond, and is able to lay it home out of reverse. Now that's like and Green's got a piece of it. Julia with the lead. Durant sets it up beautifully. Had the other night. 25 minutes, 7 of 10, 18 points from downtown. Durant is wide open. Yes. 3 to 5 over Durant. That's this down the place. And this is 6 threes. Porter is off on his first attempt. Fires it up. It counts at the 5. Nice basket with Donald. Off the drive. There's Irving. Met by Thompson. Lost his footing. Curry is on it. Here's the race. Jefferson gets back. Curry all the way. Onto the series of head fakes. They stand good. Steal. The Golden State. Thompson open for 18-point lead for the Warriors. Irving blocked by Thompson. And here they come. Curry changes his mind. Golden State season high is 34. They already have 26 here. Today is Curry. Puts a two-pointer. Back comes Durant. Pulls it up.
A success with controlling traffic and slowing LeBron James is crucial for the Warriors. Comparing all starters, defensive win shares were 48 minutes to the stellar number for Rudy Gobert, the WA's leader this season. It is clear that Green is operating on another level. The Warriors have a 19.3-point game after turnovers in what was a superb season for the Warriors, who had 17.1 per game off. Now last year on road to 73 wins overall, and with that in mind, they're looking certainly good to go all the way this time out. Up front is the ever-impressive Stephen Curry on fire, whom the Warriors can count on their star for the three-pointers. Perhaps we might be up for a buzzer beater as Game 1 gets underway. Stephen Curry endured 3 losing seasons after being drafted in 2009, but the Warriors grew into a destination for veterans seeking a wing, which includes Durant, West, and Pachulia. A blemish on the team would be the absence of Kevin Durant, who is out through injury. That would be a gap, which the Caps and the Cavs will definitely capitalize on. The teams are miles apart when comparing points per play game against each other, and they play frequently for the games against opposite teams. Golden State is all about fast breaks, and that could prove a threat going forward. It's just Game 1, and you can catch the action here on DMS and KFX.
Irving puts it up. It's good! Kyrie Irving from downtown! And the Cavaliers by 3. It's over! It's over! Cleveland is a city of champions once again! The Cavaliers are NBA champions!
Cleveland! This is for you!
The
Cavaliers were the undisputed champions in the Eastern Conference this year, winning 73 games and losing just one against the Celtics on their way to the NBA Finals. And key to that achievement is none other than LeBron James. Despite missing out of the MVP award shortlist, King LeBron has had another stellar season, averaging 32.5 points and 8 rebounds per game, making him the most effective player in the NBA this season.
For a long period of time, and I've been fortunate to be able to do that and be a part of two franchises that able to take two franchises to 4 finals apiece. So, and no one's ever done that either. So, I'm always, happy and proud that I'm able to put my teammates and the coaching staff and the franchise, wherever I was with at that point in time, to the individual that never been there or to guys that have been there before, and try to take advantage of the whole situation. Win, lose, or draw. I've always been proud to be a part of the biggest stage in our league, and that's the finals. First of all, it's the level of talent they have. You have the talent of Steph, Clay, Draymond, KD. You got the smarts of Iguodala and Livingston, the rest of those guys. Then you add the offensive package and their movement, their shooting ability, it makes them very dangerous. So it definitely starts with the talent first, but then it also comes in with the basketball IQ and the movement, and those guys having a high motor, and they got a lot of those. It's probably up there. It's up there. And obviously, I played against 4 Hall of Famers as well, too. With Manu, Kawhi, Tony, and Timmy D on the same team. Popping was 5 Hall of Famers. So, it's going to be very challenging. Those guys are going to challenge me. They're going to challenge our ball club. So, it's a high-powered team. And I played against Ray, KG, Paul, Rondo, Doc. So it's going to be very challenging, not only on me mentally, but on our ball club and our franchise.
The 3-time NBA champion will be going for his 4th against the Golden State Warriors. In the course of the playoffs, LeBron James broke the 19-year record set by Michael Jordan for most points in postseason, and is relishing setting another record of NBA Finals with the Cavaliers. Last year, LeBron rose to the occasion, pulling the Cavs to a dramatic win in the finals, but this year he has plenty of help from Kyle Irving and Kevin Love. Both players have been regular stars for the defending champions this season. Love made an NBA record of 34 points in the first quarter in a game against Portland Trail Blazers, while Kyle Irving has averaged 35 3-points in the NBA this season. Irving, who was named in the All-NBA second team for the season, is looking forward to the showdown.
It's a great part of history. It's a great part of basketball history, a great part of our organizational history. Me as a player, and as well as a moment that I shared with my teammates. But the way we capitalized Game 7, that was awesome. And now here we are in the fresh final, so looking forward to that. Expect this series to be, we're winning it was an incredible feat for us. But we understand that's not where, that's not where we want the story to kind of end, especially for this team. We understand that moment to moment matters for us, and nothing is guaranteed, especially in the playoffs, and even to make it this far is an accomplishment for us, but we understand we're not satisfied with it. Coming into these finals, definitely could use some film from last year, the way we played them, but Game 1 will be a telltale sign of how the series will go, and we're excited for that. But these days in between getting ready for the series, it's naturally to go look at last year's film and other things that that worked last year that could possibly work this year. So you just take what you can and just be prepared for the unexpected, and just stay dialed in as much as you can. But I think that our feeling going is probably a little bit different. The cloud.
On paper, the Golden State Warriors hold a superior head-to-head playoff record of 7 wins to the Cavaliers' 6. But if last season's NBA Finals are anything to go by, the individual brilliance of the Cavaliers may just be the deciding factor once again this year.
They had no shot. In fact, really, that team had no shot to get to the final. LeBron James' postseason career is not underrated. That is absolute utter nonsense.
Now, that was one of the standout shots on the night. The Cleveland Cavaliers were dominant all throughout the series, but in Game 5, they were emphatic in their 135-102 win over the Boston Celtics. With that, they won the series 4-1, with James again playing the lead role. For the 7th consecutive June, LeBron James will be playing on the league's biggest stage. This will be the Cavs' 3rd consecutive trip to the finals, and the 3rd year in a row they will be matching up against the Golden State Warriors. It is the first time in NBA history that the same two teams will play 3 times in a row in the postseason final round. Celtic had remained competitive despite losing their all-star point guard Isaiah Thomas to a hip injury, but they had no answer to the Cavs' all-out attack stall. For Cleveland, it was a comprehensive offensive performance in the first halves, and by halftime, James had 20 points, 7 assists, and 7 rebounds, and the Cavs were up 75-57. The 3rd and 4th quarter were not as different as James capped his performance by knocking down a trio of 3-pointers at the end of the 3rd quarter, which helped him become the NBA's all-time leading postseason scorer. For James, moving past Michael Jordan was especially meaningful and special, since he was the only NBA star he looked up to.
I think, first of all, what a number Mike. I think I felt the game Mike, seeing me do a kind of, but I felt like Mike was so, when you're growing up and seeing Mike, it's almost like I believe I felt myself on other people in my neighborhood. I never think so I think that helped shape my and I think the break in playoff history is I did it as being me. I don't have to score to make a basketball game. I started playing the game, I was like, if I'm scoring and I still make it on the game. Carried me all the way to this point. The rest of the year, scoring, it's not enough. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really in the right mind to even talk about Golden State. It's too stressful. I'm not stressed right now. I'm very happy about our account. I have no discussion. Golden State they've been the best team for the last. That's all I can give you right now. I'm happy. I don't want to be stressed. They cause a lot of stress, and I have to get to that point when we started. Yes. I mean, I'm not a golfer. This guy right here to my left is a golfer. He'll tell me what that means on the bus.
Drove degree, I'll tell you that. But you know what I mean. You're obviously in the discussion. Whether or not you
I think, yeah, I think, Jason, at the end of the day, for my name to come basketball player, it was like, wow. I did pretty much everything that MJ did. I fadeaways before I wore a leg sleeve on my leg and folded it down so you saw. I wore black and red shoes with white socks. I wore short shorts so you see my undershorts underneath. I don't know, but I'm getting but I'm getting there. But it'd be post-career out. That's the only thing I didn't do. But other than that, I did everything I did. I even wore a wristband on my phone. But I did everything Mike did, man. I wanted to be Mike. For my name to come up in any discussion, Jordan or Kareem or all that paved the way for myself and Tristan and Kev and Swish. It's like, it's just a lot. I don't really have nothing.
And now the stage is set for a bigger show of strength. The Cleveland Cavaliers were 12-1 on the journey through to the Eastern Conference playoffs. while the Golden State Warriors, for their part, were 12-0 in the Western Conference Playoffs run and are looking for revenge after being up 3-1 in last year's finals before losing to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now it's all to play for as the Big Eaters once again go head-to-head in a final that could go all the way to Game 7. Remember, it's all live from the 1st of June on DMS KFS.
Kicks it back out. Here's 12 for 3. Wide open.
It's Game 4 of the Eastern Conference. LeBron James was extra motivated to perform well after suffering through one of the worst performances of his playoff career in the Game 3 loss. But after scoring 11 points in the first quarter, LeBron James was dismissed for his 4th foul in the game and had to sit out most of the second quarter as the Boston Celtics pulled close to another victory over the Cavaliers. That was when Carlo Ivan stepped forward to score a career playoff high 42 points and ensure that the Cavs win 40-23 in the third quarter, which turned the game. It was a performance that LeBron described as natural to the rising star.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, you play the game. We didn't take care of business in Game 3. They played well. He played well again. He was able to play well, especially in the second half, and we defended. We defended. So, we look forward to, to the next game. And, it's a difficult challenge because, our preparation going into the series was going against a team with Isaiah. So now, they're playing a lot different now. So we're trying to figure out exactly what they're running and things of that nature. So it's very difficult on this, without, IT on the floor. But, now this is 2 games that we have. We've been able to see them and get a better understanding. So we should be a lot better in Game 5.
James also came back firing in the third and fourth quarter with an emphatic 34 points, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds. He could even afford to miss a free dunk in the process. LeBron did enough to pull the Cavaliers through to a 112-99 victory at the Quicken Loans Arena, and Carlo Ivan was in awe of his teammates' performance.
It was one of those games that, we had to fight through and we had to earn it. And, that Boston Celtics team is coached well, very well coached. They gave us everything they had, and we had to withstand some runs. In the third and fourth quarter, we were able to withstand and create a separation for ourselves.
The defending NBA champions can wrap up their 3rd straight conference title when they go to Celtics on Friday and set up a much-anticipated NBA final against the Golden State Warriors. The Warriors have already wrapped up the Western Conference and eagerly await what will be their 3rd consecutive final against the Cavs in the NBA.
Get out. Clever. Fires. Terrible shot. Again, it's Thompson. This time blocked once again by Horford and a foul. Pistons.
San Antonio's only lead came on the opening possession when Manu Ginobili tossed in a left-handed scoop shot. The Spurs started Ginobili in what could be his final game with the team. The 39-year-old maintained that he will not ponder whether to retire or to return until after the season.
The moments I felt like I didn't. The Memphis series, this series I played better. I felt more energetic, more needed, more useful to the team. So I ended up feeling better than the way it started. But I do feel like I can still play. But that's not what, I don't know. About how I feel if I want to go through all that again. And I just said it in Spanish, but it felt like they wanted me to retire. Like they were giving me a sort of a celebration night. And of course I'm getting closer and closer. That's no secret for sure. It's getting harder and harder, but I always said that I wanted to let it sink in for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever. And then I'll sit with my wife and decide to do, I'll be a happy camper. I have to choose between two wonderful and truly wonderful options. One is to keep playing in this league at this age, enjoying every day, playing the sport I still love. The other one, be at home, be a dad, travel more, enjoy my whole family, have a wonderful family, and spend time with them. Whatever it is, it's an unbelievable option. So there's no way I can be sad because whatever I decided, it's gonna be great.
Unsure if the beloved veteran will return, the crowd serenaded Ginobili with Manu chant as the game came to a close. He was called an amazing competitor, even more fun playing against.
Running. Yeah, it's just an over, obviously. Crowd's going crazy. I try to do my best to give him that moment. Take it all. Know how much meant to the city. The way that he plays the game. I have no choice of watching. Creativity, his passion for the game every night. Giving a lot to the game.
Carl Anderson scored 20 points to lead the Spurs, who were without Kawhi Leonard, Tony Parker, and David Lee. San Antonio didn't go there without a fight despite the injuries. Anderson dove onto the court for a loose ball, but the Spurs had actually tipped away defensively, pushing the ball up court to Mills, who failed Ginobili for a three-pointer that put San Antonio to 108-94 with 7 minutes remaining. The effort made Spurs coach Greg Popovich smile and clap at times, but the Warriors' depth and talent proved too much for the short-handed San Antonio Spurs. The Golden State shot 56% or at 14-4-39 on three-pointers. Draymond Green had 16 points, 8 rebounds and 8 assists for the Warriors. Spurs forward LaMarcus Aldridge closed out a disappointing series with his second 8-point effort against the Warriors. Ginobili finished with 15 points in 32 minutes. Let's tell you that the Golden State Warriors have won 5 straight games over San Antonio, including the regular season, which is the team's longest streak against the Spurs. Warriors starting center Zaza Pachulia missed his second straight game with a bruised right heel. Pachulia's absence allowed him to escape the eye of the Spurs fans, who blamed him for Kawhi Leonard's absence after his controversial closeout on a three-pointer that Popovich called dangerous and unsportsmanlike. Golden State Warriors have won 6 straight on the road in the postseason, which is a franchise record. For the Spurs, Manu Ginobili had come off the bench in 55 straight playoff games prior to his start in Game 4. Murray's 4 steals in the first half tied Ginobili's franchise record for more steals in a playoff game. Ginobili became the 24th player in the league's history to reach 3,000 career points in the postseason. He now has 3,009 in 15 seasons, having competed in the postseason every year of his career. Derek Green had made a three-pointer in 76 playoff games. As it stands right now, with the Golden State Warriors having one leg in the finals, all attention will turn to the game as Cleveland Cavaliers try to extend their lead against the Celtics by 2 a.m. on DMS. Aaron Akirijola for DBN Sports.
In the All-NBA First Team, Houston Rockets guard James Harden was a unanimous choice as he was picked by all 100 individuals. Cavaliers main man LeBron James tied an all-time record with his 11th first-team selection, but was on 99 ballots. Others are San Antonio Spurs Kawhi Leonard, Oklahoma City guard Russell Westbrook, and New Orleans Pelicans center Anthony Davis. Harden, the top pick, has a career-high average in the season. The heavily geared point guard led the NBA in free throws made with 746 and recorded a career-high 22 triple-doubles. James, who matched an NBA record in only his 14th season, has been averaging 26 points, 9 assists, and 9 rebounds, aside from 13 triple-doubles. With 11 first-team selections along with 2 second-team nominations, James has made an All-NBA team in each of the last 13 seasons. Russell Thunder of Oklahoma City may not have gone far in the NBA playoffs, but the guard did enough to set an NBA single-season record of 42 triple-doubles. He averaged the league-leading 31.6 points to go with 10.7 rebounds. A team is only as good as its defense, and Anthony Davis epitomized that for New Orleans with 2.23 block shots this season. The center set a single-season scoring record with 2,099 points during the season as well. Golden State Warrior duos Steph Curry and Kevin Durant could only get places in the second team alongside Boston Celtics Isaiah Thomas, Milwaukee Bucks forward Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Utah Jazz center Rudy Gobert. The All-NBA third team consists of forward Jimmy Butler of the Chicago Bulls and Draymond Green of the Warriors, guards DeMar DeRozan of the Toronto Raptors and John Wall of the Washington Wizards, and center DeAndre Jordan of the LA Clippers. Butler, DeRozan, and Wall are first-time All-NBA selections.
James and company hadn't been on the court since May 7th during the conference finals. Now against the Boston Celtics, would there be rust? No, there would not.
The Cleveland Cavaliers have continued the march towards the NBA Finals with a 117-104 victory in Game 1 and will be looking to make it 2-0 when they face the Boston Celtics for the Game 2 of the Eastern Conference. As usual, LeBron James was on song with 38 points, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists. But Kevin Love stood out with a career-high 32 points and 12 rebounds.
Tristan, the short roll, or Kyrie, that downhill, they were finding me. But it was really a group of, Brian said, we wanted to come in the second time and dig the game, and we felt like we did a good job. And as far as that second quarter, I thought I got a lot of great shots and was being aggressive in the back. So, it wasn't just me. Everybody was moving the ball, passing the ball well. Like I mentioned, both ends of our game plan was pretty tight.
Meanwhile, the major talking point in the Western Conference is whether Kawhi Leonard will be fit enough to play on Saturday as the San Antonio Spurs look to make it 2-1 in the NBA Finals. The All-Star player Leonard injured his ankle in Game 1 and sat out Game 2 for the Spurs as they were humbled 136-100, much to the disappointment of the Spurs coach Greg Popovich.
I think tonight it's not what I expected. I'm disappointed. The only way I can process is I think it's not about O's and X's or rebounds or turnovers or anything like that. I think we maybe felt it too much, Kawhi being gone, in the sense that I don't think, as I watched, I don't think they believed. And you have to believe. And I don't think, as a group, they really did, which means probably a little bit feeling sorry for themselves, psychologically, subconsciously, whatever psychobabble word you want to use, but that's the way I process it. I don't think they started the game with the belief. And it showed in the lack of edge, intensity, grunt, all that sort of thing. And that was disappointing, but when you're playing a team that's as good as Golden State, you're going to get embarrassed if that's the way you come out.
Leonard was unable to train with his team on Thursday, but might play a role for Spurs if they are to overturn the early deficit. The good news for Leonard is that his contribution all through the NBA season has been rewarded with an All-NBA first-team nomination for the 2016-2017 season.
The defending Western Conference champions have both won their series in 4 games and now we're the winners of the Rockets versus the Spurs series that is tied 2 apiece. The Warriors kept pace with defending champions Cleveland Cavaliers in what has appeared to be a likely and inevitable third straight NBA Finals matchup. Both teams are 8-0 thus far in the playoffs. Brown said that before the game, he hoped his team would get out fast to a wonderful start, and the Warriors did exactly that. The Golden State Warriors led 39-17 at the end of the first quarter after an onslaught from Thompson and Curry. They combined to shoot 6 for 8 in the opening period. Thompson finished with 21 points, while Kevin Durant scored 18. Draymond Green posted his third career postseason triple-double with 17 points, 10 rebounds, and 11 assists. Gordon Hayward led the Jazz with 25 points, while Shelvin Mack chipped in 18. Curry entered the game averaging 26.7 points in the playoffs, but Thompson has struggled against the Jazz, but all that was to end on Monday. Thompson rebounded from a 6-point effort in Game 3 with back-to-back jumpers out of the gate. Curry then did consecutive 3-pointers, and the rat was on the way. The Jazz started 3 for 16 from the field as Golden State actually hit from all areas and finished shooting 57.1% in the first quarter. Steph Curry picked up right where he left off after 11-point fourth quarter in Game 3 with a 14-point first quarter. This is what he had to say.
All right, thanks. Steph, your thoughts on securing these semifinals in 4 games?
We got a good thing going. We've been playing well on both ends of the floor. And tonight we had an opportunity to seal the deal, close out the series. Had to withstand a lot of their runs. Obviously, they have a lot of pride. They left it all on the floor, but thankfully we came out on top, and we can look forward to the next round.
And how about the offense? The way you guys scored early on, up by 24 in the first quarter. You end up with 5 guys in double figures, and then, of course, Draymond with the triple-double. How about the offensive power you guys showed?
We have a lot of time. We have guys that we try to do by committee, and that's our approach every game. We don't know who's going to have a hot night. We try to move the ball. Use each other to create open shots, and when we do that, the ball's happen. A lot of good things happen, so we want to keep that going.
So you guys do have now completed a second sweep. Do you think you've been tested enough as you now wait to either face San Antonio or Houston in the finals?
I mean, yeah, like I said, every team that we play, Portland and Utah, they have a lot of pride, and they've shown that with Spurs throughout these series. So yeah, we haven't lost, but within these games, we really had to check ourselves, challenge ourselves to be focused on both ends. And you can learn lessons through winning, and that's what we've done.
Western Conference Finals next. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Klay Thompson and Draymond Green combined for 29 points in the first 12 minutes. This is what he had to say after the game.
It was good basketball. They continue to execute the offense. They continue to compete on the defensive end. That was just my opinion. I don't expect everybody's opinion to be the same as mine. I think Cleveland's been playing great basketball. You watch them, it's been amazing. And then you watch other teams that they're playing against, not so much. So that's just my opinion, though. But whatever. Who cares?
You're not allowed to have an opinion, Draymond. You're just supposed to play basketball, right?
True. Sorry.
To your left, guys. Kevin and Draymond, too, if you want to weigh in. But this team, it seems like you guys aren't afraid to talk to one another during timeouts, even in a demonstrative way. Kevin, even you and Steph at one point today. What does it say about this team that one MVP can...
chemistry issues. It's chemistry issues, man. Something going on with us.
I know it started on at the golf range too, but what I was gonna say, what does it say about this team that one MVP can talk to another MVP? It looks like emotions are high, but it doesn't hurt you. You guys actually, it seems to help you sometimes.
Well, we don't take it, ourselves that seriously. It's basketball, man. We keep it on the basketball court. When Steph sees something, he tells me. When I see something, I tell him. Same with Draymond. Same with Andre, Klay. Man, it's not personal. It's just, we're going out there trying to handle business as a group. And if we got something that we need to talk over, we want to talk it over. And it's not about how we say it. Most of the time, it's about the message. And, we just go out there and try to execute it. So, we're grown men. Sometimes the world's not going to be as pretty as you want them to be, or as you guys may want them to be. But for us, it's all about the message. It's all about the win at the end of the day. And I think, that helps us more than anything.
Somebody calling BC Sports by here for either one of you guys. The narrative around you guys is always about the scoring and the shooting and so forth, but the defense in this...
It's all about basketball.
The defense in this postseason, though, has been pretty incredible. Just wondering what you guys think and what is it taking to get to this defensive level, because it's been good all season, but it's like you guys found another level in the postseason.
Well, you got versatile defenders. You got, the best defender in the league who is, you can't really pick on him, even though he's, 6'4", 6'3", maybe. But playing a center position, you still can't pick on him. You can't throw the ball in the post and, expect to get a basket. You're not going to go out in pick and rolls. He can switch out, and I think that's what starts our defensive intensity. It all starts with him. And we kind of fall in line after that. We got guys like, Dre, Clay, myself, Matt, all the way down the line. When Steph switches off, he's really good. Who can go at multiple positions. It takes a lot of teams out of their actions. And, we score the ball, but we preach defense every single day. It's not just let's outscore our opponents. We're going to try to stop you, and then we're going to try to run the score up. But when you got so many guys that can defend and are smart, it makes for a good defense.
Let's tell you that the Jazz tried to put off their vacation. They used a 14-0 run early in the second quarter, sparked by a suddenly active Dante Exum and Derek Favors to cut the lead to 10 points. Utah closes at half with a 12-2 run to trail 60-52 at halftime. But every time the Jazz made a significant run the rest of the way, let's say that the Warriors answered and pushed the lead back to double digits. The Jazz never led on Monday, and in 3 of the 4 games against the Warriors. Utah ended a 4-year playoff drought, and let's tell you that Hayward developed into an all-star. Robert Double became a Defensive Player of the Year candidate. The addition of veterans in the likes